Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
I think.
Let's have a look. So Chris has joined us. So has Elna's turned up. She did. It was too much for her to bear. Here we go. Oh, we're on.
We is?
I think I switched the thing. Here we go. Well, here we are, everyone. Let's get the show on the road. You glance my way before you step within. Your sigh and I shine in the cold setting sun. Wave goodbye, but you look through me. Why don't you look at me? I've tried to be as open as I can. Why don't you look at me? I'm tired of being the invisible man. The invisible man. Why don't you look at me? I've tried to be as open as
Okay, I'll give this show one more try. Nothing can be as bad as the last show. Actually, nothing would be better than the last show.
The invisible man. Oh, the invisible man. Well, hello everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Invisible Man Show. My name is Mark Davis Stallard, and I am, as usual, joined by Ryan Janz, whose middle name is also David, but he doesn't use it even though he should. What's up with that, Ryan?
Yeah, you already got the market corner.
There we go. And of course, we've got top left, Jared Adams. And he's got a lot to answer for today, I can assure you. And of course, just joined us literally at the last second there, Adam Feasy, there in the UK, in the middle of being on tour. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Good to see you, Adam.
Yeah, man. It's been a long road. We're absolutely knackered, but we're loving every damn minute of it. We're in Northampton tonight at the Black Prince, which you can see behind me. God, this is the weirdest Invisible Man Show bit I've ever done, because I'm always sat in my nice comfy computer chair at home, aren't I? And of course, a previous welcome to the Madhouse guest is also here. Jackie Chambers, Cytherea, Julia Calvo is here as well. Oh, because they're headlining. So, well, I should bloody hope they're here.
Yeah, one should. That usually helps. But I'm sure you can handle it. I'm sure you could handle it if they weren't there.
Yeah. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Yeah, we're able to hear you. No problem there, buddy.
Okay, cool, man. And nice one. I tell you what, give me 2 seconds. Julia, you remember Mark who interviewed you guys before? Want to say a quick hello? Yeah. Julia from Cytherea.
Hey, how you doing? This is
Hey, Julia.
They're all saying hi in my headphones right now.
Hello.
It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, listen, I'm literally dropping in for a minute to thank the Invisible Man Show for all the hard work and promo and all that jazz. Welcome to the Madhouse. Will return soon once I get my usual brain back from the tour, which might be a few weeks. But yeah, it's all good. It's all good. We're loving life out here. If you're in the UK, check out Cytherea's website or mine and come see us. We've still got about 9 dates left to go. And, well, that's if I survive. But Jared, good to meet you, mate. Heard a lot about you. Sorry, I've got to run, but yeah, nice one. Thank you, man. And cheers.
Okay, thanks, Adam. Appreciate it.
See you later, buddy.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Cool.
Push the button. Push the button. Push the
Yeah,
button.
where's the button? Where's the button? There we go. All right. I say it at the end of every time we say bye to a guest. Okay, that was a nice little call in from Adam. Now, Adam, felt the need to come and join us because we do have some very good news and some bad news. It's kind of not really bad news, but it might be momentarily for you guys. This is going to be the last Invisible Man show for a while, and the reason is the good news. Now, I don't know how long it'll be that we're off the air. I think certainly the rest of the year, but there's lots of video goodness coming. So, Jared, you're to blame for all this. What's going on?
I'm to blame for all this. Well, I guess we've decided to make a movie.
Yes! So this was something that was a long time coming. Those of you who have seen my animations and everything will know that I've been toying around with the idea of a movie, done some animated trailers and stuff. I even did a spoof movie opening teaser sequence and then the credits. I really wanted to do a movie for a long time, and then it was the beginning of the year I saw this movie. It's a very classical, deep movie that's really kind of made me think maybe we should be doing more of a live action music related thing. And I was umming and ahhing because I've been thinking about approaching Jared since I think pretty much the first time we had him on the show to do something, work on a project to some degree or another. And I reached out on this. So Jared, what was it about this super deep and classical movie that got your attention? I asked Jared to look at it and give me his thoughts. What did you think when you saw that?
I thought it was weird and strange, but I liked it. It's very much that, like, yeah. I mean, I guess. We should probably tell people what movie it is. It's the Monkeys movie. Yep. So now you know how weird and strange it is.
Indeed.
I know it's an interesting combination of like using music in a feature-length movie, and not. It's like a sort of a series of music videos, I guess, but they're all connected in some loose thread, kind of. I kind of like that sort of stuff. So it really,
I think you can almost compare it to like, and this is gonna sound a little. Don't take this as a literal apples to apples comparison, but it's kind of like, remember this show Beavis and Butthead, where they had like the music videos in the center, or they had a narrative story that they in each episode, kind of the same flavor.
Yeah.
Where you're gonna have some music videos pushed in, but I promise you it'll be more than us sitting on a couch making fart jokes. I promise. There might be one or two of those, but I mean, come on.
So so it was the Monkeys. I'll say the Beatles. Sometimes it's difficult to get those two mixed up. Sometimes, some great music for both of them. But it was the Monkeys movie Head, which came out, I think it's 1969, I think it came out, and it was given no budget whatsoever for publicity, and so no one ever saw it, and I didn't even know it existed until the beginning of the year. So if you get a chance to go see it, just search the Monkeys movie Head, H-E-A-D. It's on YouTube. It's actually free to view, so go check that out. And it is one really, I guess it's a whole, if you like the Monkeys TV show, you'll love that movie. It is intended for an older audience, and it stars a whole lot of has a whole lot of interesting cameos, including one Mr. Jack Nicholson, who actually wrote it. He wrote the movie, so definitely got a pedigree there.
I knew that.
Well, that's okay. Don't worry. We could probably work some Jack Nicholson-esque humor into this one if you want.
Actually, that was one of your best. Actually, it was pretty good.
I was gonna say it was just one of the latest in my continuing bad celebrity impersonations.
Yeah, quit while you're ahead. Yeah. So
all right, I'll just stick back to Beavis and Butthead and just.
Yeah, so we've had lots of just to let you know where we're actually at. That we've got a rough draft for the first act, scene, or Act 1, Scene 1, and Scene 2. Got rough drafts for the scripts already. We're going to be filming it as the script becomes ready. We're going to film it as those bits are ready. So we're not going to get the finished script done because honestly, we'll probably never get the movie started if we waited, because sometimes it can take a year or two to get a script together. So we're just going to do it in film it in chronological order, come up with the story. It'll be a little bit meandering, which is I'm glad to hear Jared say that. But that was why I liked it as well. It was just kind of the story would wander, and then it came together really nicely at the end. Like, oh, and it was that satisfying ending that made me think, oh, I want to do this. And then we got some provisos. We're really going to tie our own hands here. But we're going to do this the Winnipeg way. In Winnipeg, here we are as cheap. And put that in perspective, our society has been based on a foundation of Scots, and Mennonites and Jews. We've all inherited the frugalness and wanting. So these are all cultures that look after their pennies. And you rarely find a Winnipegger buying something in a store with at least a coupon in their hand. So we are going to make this movie to as close, as near as $0 as we can. Now we are going to have to spend money. We're not completely naive. We've got some equipment. Jared and I have experience making films and TV shows. I've done the Cannabis Castle. And Jared, maybe you can talk about what your experience is there as well in a sec. And if you're worried about how much we can do for almost nothing, with projects, there are 3 rules. You can do it well, you can do it quickly, and you can do it cheaply. The answer it's pick 2. So we're going to pick to do it well, and we're going to take our time, and then we're going to try and get this done as cheaply as possible. So hopefully this will be the best movie you've ever seen for about $15 and change. Yeah, it's going to be more than that, I'm sure, but give you an idea. But I think we do have enough equipment to get started, and it's just a matter of are we going to need permission to film wherever? Which actors are we going to get to come and help us out, if any? We're not actors, obviously, but we've got a lot to figure out, and we're going to do it a little bit at a time. So, Jared, just give us a little bit of an idea about your background, film-wise, TV, audiovisual.
Yeah. Well, I guess I worked on some like big movies and stuff. I did a few years working in a camera department on some big feature movies that were shot here and TV shows and stuff. But I got out of that because it's like 70-hour work weeks and it's not fun. So, I need more time for music.
Yep.
So now I work as a TV editor, editing TV shows, documentary style TV shows. But I've definitely worked on a lot of music videos and stuff. Like I do for my own music, I've done most of my own music videos. And I've done some for like my band Called by Numbers, as well as a couple for other bands and stuff as well. So I guess that's kind of my background when it comes to music related film stuff and sort of film stuff in general.
Yeah. Now there is going to be a lot of where we're going to be learning a lot as we go. I was with Cannabis Castle. I was just meant to turn up and help out promoting it, get some mentions on the Invisible Man show, maybe do a few interviews, some behind the scenes stuff. And before I knew it, I was offered the role of director. And while I have directed my own animated movies, I'm directing myself, doing everything. But there was a lot in the animation that in that experience there of having to get my head around all the different roles that led it quite naturally into the live action, albeit the reality show kind of approach. So I wasn't scared at all going into that, and I'm not scared even slightly. I'm actually really excited, and it's all positive emotions. All these thoughts going through my head are all very, very positive about this project. I think we're going to do very well. It's going to be a lot of fun. And at the very least, if we can't pull off the acting stuff, we're going to have some phenomenally good music videos by the end of it.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I have been thinking about whether we've got a working title for the movie, and we'll share that with you. We don't have a real title, but we're calling it the Invisible Man Show movie. It's kind of going to be a fictionalized account of the Invisible Man Show. And it's 3 musicians working together who are invisible, trying to get noticed in the world. And so that's kind of where it's going. So that's kind of it's going to be semi-autobiographical, I suspect, but
Probably, yeah.
definitely fictional, but drawing from our actual experiences. And hopefully we can put some of that monkey's goofiness in there as well, if we can do it well.
Well, I mean, if we want to, maybe if we ask really nice, we could go to the cavern and show off our scary ready room.
Well, we could, if you mean the cavern in Liverpool, because the cavern in Winnipeg doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, that's
No,
true.
it's not. Yeah, it's true. It's not.
No, it's not it's the underground now. I think. I'm sure they haven't done much to that ready room though.
No, the green room in the back is exactly the same.
It's still just as terrifying. It's like, oh my goodness,
Grungy.
It's like right out of Dexter, man. It's like creepy.
Yeah.
So I got a little bit tied up. Yeah, it was a little bit amusing there. I looked up on the screen right before we started, and I realized, oh shit, I hit the wrong button. I must have hit the wrong button on my shortcut keyboard. And here we are talking about Ryan. So I don't know what. I have to go back and look at see what we had. But we were talking about Ryan taking so long in the washroom. So I don't know.
Okay, so I'm and to be all fair, here's my coffee. I'm going to make my coffee, and of course we usually usually have everything all ready and ready to go. And it's like, oh, I gotta go fill this stupid reservoir up and surf to the pods and push them, eating up and then I come down here and we still had time. We had like 50 seconds before. Come on, man.
Yeah, more than enough time.
Yeah, probably more than 50 seconds.
Yes.
It's all right.
Okay, I just want to say hi to everybody that's joined us. See, people are active in the chat. So Chris, Elna, Mudley, Woof to you, Mudley, and of course Shaleem is there. So Shaleem skipped
Loving sausages,
today.
Buddy. Loving sausages.
Yep. So I think Shaleem is a fair weather golfer because I think the weather was miserable last time I looked out.
Yeah, we actually went for a walk around our neighborhood, and it was pretty, like it's not bad, like it's not cold or anything, but it's like dead, and it's like walking into a wall of humidity, just gross. But oh well.
There we go. I just wanted to make a while I don't have the one of the reasons, I think it should be obvious why I need to stop the live streams is because they just take so much time. The movie's going to take a lot of our time and effort. And I'm just to give you an idea of how much time, it's 2 evenings a week. It's a minimum of 2 evenings a week and all day Saturday, even though we do finish at 2 p.m. My day is a complete wash. So that's effectively 3 days out of 7 where I can't work on anything else. So that's kind of why we're doing that. That also is going to affect the Invisible Song Club. Something is going to go on with the Song Club. It probably won't be live, but Angela, when she heard I wasn't doing live streams, said, no, we've got to do something. So we're probably going to be doing some recorded Song Club shows, but Angela and I need to talk that out. Or talk that over, I should say. But keep tuned. There are going to be lots. We are going to be updating on the movie as we do it. We'll be updating on the Invisible Man Show YouTube channel. I'll be adding some stuff on the It's All in the Mind YouTube channel, and we haven't said anything, but I'm absolutely certain Jared will on his YouTube channel as well. So there will be lots of updates, lots of news. We'll when we can, we'll put out some teasers. But it may be a few weeks before we have anything that's worth showing, maybe a month or more. Okay, just going to skim through. If you guys have anything to say, I'm just going to have a quick look through the chat, see if I missed anything.
Go ahead if you got something to add there, Jared.
Looking forward. Yeah, great movies.
Yeah. Or you pull a Shatner and be like,
my Beavis impression.
Or like a Shatner where he's like, don't tell me how to act. It sickens me. Yeah, no, it's something I've been really looking forward to, and I can totally understand where Mark is coming from. I mean, with creating content it seems like it would be simple, right? Mm-hmm. But it's not. Like even with I've just started doing my own YouTube channel, and it's about 20 hours to do a 10-minute video. Like that's a full day's worth of work. So that really equates to just about 3 working days. So, and that's just to do a 10-minute pre-recorded, collect your footage, collect your stills, do all the format, and that's with everything as much as you possibly can have pre-done, and it's still 20 hours worth of time. So I certainly understand. And Mark, keep in mind, Mark has been doing this has been the sort of the spearhead for like the last 3 years that we've been doing it. I show up, sure, whatever.
Feels that way.
I show up and look good. that's what I do. And then,
one of those two,
occasionally,
one of those two things is correct. One of those two things.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I look good.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, no. I show up. I do my best to support, and then I do a really bad celebrity impression usually, and then we move on. Everyone laughs at me or laughs with me. I'm not sure. Never sure which one.
Okay. As I'm skimming through the comments here, Shaleem said, "Did I tell you at work in 2017 they filmed part of a movie starring Sir Ben Kingsley, Stanley Tucci? I don't know if I said that right, and Henry Cavill, who, yes, Shaleem, we all know he's Superman, and he's English, like all Supermen."
Bold statement.
Well, didn't they have to digitally remove his mustache?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was too much of a man. They couldn't find a razor sharp enough.
Yeah, well, if he's the Man of Steel, how do you shave that? Right? Do you have to use titanium then?
He uses his fingertips. Read the
comment. Oh, is that how?
Read the comment. He uses his nails.
Oh, is that how he does it? Okay.
Yeah, but really, I mean, you try it. Can you do your own? No. Why? How can he then?
Anyway. Yeah, right.
Well, actually, if we're going to do a complete sidebar, yeah, the reason they had to do that thing with his moustache is because they wanted to make the Justice League more Marvel-y. Right? So they got Joss Whedon in, who did the Avengers, and they turned it. And who liked the Joss Whedon Justice League? No one. So let's not make let's not make the DC and Marvel the same. No, let's keep them separate. Keep them different. Right. I don't care. Just keep them different. Anyway.
Hey,
I don't know
variety is a vital component to a happy life. So
yes, yes, and Marvel is getting boring. Anyway, before we get some hate in the chat, we can move on.
Yeah, well, you can only tell the same story. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
25,
8, 9, 10 times.
Yeah, I get a lot of the Avengers and Captain America movies mixed up and forget what happened in which one and which one was which. Like Civil War is basically an Avenger movie. I don't know. It's all.
Well, let me tell you the premise of every single Marvel Origins Iron Man. So if you've seen Iron Man, you've seen every single Ant-Man, Hulk. It's all the same. Here's a protagonist who encounters a problem and gets a power. In Iron Man's case, he creates the arc generator, which allows him to create the suit and all that stuff. And then he has he sort of goes through a period where he's learning about his powers and about his structure. And then he has a confrontation with the main antagonist of that show or that particular movie. He'll either lose or it's a stalemate. And then they come back finally, either more training or more discipline, or they come back for the long shot and then they win it. And that's the movie. And then that formula applies to every single Spider-Man, Hulk, Fantastic Four,
Star Wars too.
That's how it goes.
Okay, guys.
The hero's journey.
Okay, let me interrupt you for a second. Let me interrupt you. Technical issues, technical difficulties. Your audio is all going all crackly. I'm just going to restart voice meter here. So give me a second. Does everyone all go quiet just for a second? Be back.
All right.
Okay, say something. Make sure it's good. One of you speak. Yeah, it's a little crackly, so hopefully that goes away.
Still crackly?
I did just give away every single Marvel movie and Star Wars and every other movie that follows that. But I mean, you can make the argument that almost everybody follows that formula. So I mean, it just it's what we as people respond to. We like to see the hero's journey, and so cynical about like, why did I pay $15 to see the same story again? For Thanos. So why did I say? Really, what I paid was the $15 to see Thanos show up.
Well, now you're getting into spoiler territory.
Okay. Stop. I'm gonna stop you again.
Okay, I'm crackling again. Again. So
enough.
I'm gonna turn it down.
No, so
Peaking. Okay.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Ooh. Okay. Give it a go again. Give it another go. Speak.
All right, meter was too high, so I was probably peaking.
No, it's me.
We'll try that.
It was
again.
both. It was both of you. Yeah. So say something.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, this is really crazy.
Something.
I'm not sure what I can do here. Yeah. All right. Well, let's give it a couple of minutes, see if it clears up. I'll try and restart again. I'm not sure what else I can do other than restart my computer at this point. Yeah, okay. Yeah, can you guys just give me a quick counts, Jared.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
that's good.
6, 7.
Okay. Hang on a second now. Sorry about this, everybody watching. This is not fun, but if you can't hear them, it's not going to be much fun either. And if I go here, can you say something? Count, give. Okay, that's better my end. Can the audience hear that? No. Okay, I think I've lost you. Speaker.
I'm silent. I haven't touched anything on my end.
Okay, that was the answer. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Count again. Give me a count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, the crackling is going. Okay, we were going to do some live music, everybody, but I don't think we're going to be able to do the live music if it's all going to be crackling. And I don't think I can do much else to fix that this end. I'm not sure what's going on. No, I can play some songs, I guess, but that's weird. Speak out. Just speak out loud, Jared.
Oh, just speak out loud, like talking.
Okay.
Normally.
Yeah, that's
like
that's as good as the volume gets, I guess.
We can hear Jared, but he's crackling. Yeah, interesting.
Something is weird, you know.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to try one more thing. So just bear with us, everybody. I'm going to. Can you both leave the Zoom meeting?
Yeah.
And then rejoin. I'm going to do the same.
Sure.
Okay, now everyone is left, and then we'll rejoin. Isn't this fun? Okay, speak. Give me words.
Hello. I am back. I'm
it's
using
got-
my words.
It's got to be my end, so I get rid of that one.
Plot twisters.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be any number of things from. So.
Strange.
I don't know what's going on here either. I've kept my stuff. Ellen is drunk. I guess it's like 9 o'clock there.
Right.
That makes sense. Like, wait a minute.
Well, it was going well, and it stopped. I'm thinking I need to reboot my computer. Okay. Can you hear me, Jared and
Yeah,
Ryan?
that's crackling now.
Oh, it's crackly. You're crackling.
Okay. Yeah, I think I may have to update the software. Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. How am I doing?
Better there.
And if I
Now it's clear.
Okay. All right. We'll just have to push ahead. We may have to end the show early. Yeah, so sorry about that, everybody. We were tested fine before, and as you heard, we started off fine, and then it went all crazy. If it clears up, then we'll do some music. If not, we'll just end the show quickly. I did have a note that I just wanted to.
Right off.
Yeah.
We have got a delay as well. What the hell? So I'm wondering if it's more than just my computer. Who knows? Anyway. I want to say something about the animation. Someone had mentioned animation in the chat. We haven't decided exactly how much animation, if any, is going to be in the show. That's not true. We have decided there's going to be some in the show because the opening sequence is going to have some animation in because the animation is already created. We had created a music video for a song called Running Through the Maze, and we were going to release that as a single very soon, certainly within the next 4 or 6 weeks or so. And so what we've done is it's a perfect song to open the movie with. I'm not going to give away how it works, but it kind of sets the scene. And we're going to take out a big chunk of the animation in the middle and replace it with some live action. So there will be animation. I think that will probably have some animation woven in. I'm thinking maybe a cameo from the Invisible Man. Maybe we can get the hecklers to appear on a balcony somewhere in Winnipeg and heckle us as we go by. But we don't really know exactly how that's going to look, because we haven't even decided who's editing it. Jared.
Jared.
Yeah, there goes all my time.
So I just want to put out there, I'm using a brand new laptop, as well as brand new. It's only a few months old, so it's not the laptop. No, maybe it's because Windows updates ran this morning. Maybe something screwed up. Anyway, will the one
I
song?
don't know. I had problems with my Mac getting in here first to the audio, so like it just randomly decided. And I've noted this because I'm using a Scarlet interface too, and it becomes my main source of like more than a couple days without being used. It just decides to default back to the internal stuff. And then you go log into something thinking, okay, I'm just going to log into Zoom here, and like, I can't hear anything. Tap. So that's probably why my volume was so loud before, right? So.
Okay. Yep. You're already breaking up. So, Jared, did Ryan come across clear to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I guess that's through Zoom.
Yeah.
Mark is okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. Anyhow, maybe we'll just kind of close up our comments, I guess, and we're going to probably have to just shut the show early because I'm having trouble hearing you, and or understanding even what you're saying. That's probably just as frustrating for the audience. Yeah, I guess it's appropriate. We're closing this down because the technology has let us down. It's the technology's fault. So apologies to Jared for blaming Jared. So we're going to have we're going to be recording lots of videos, some updates in the weeks and the months to come. We absolutely will be pulling out one or two of the songs or more as singles. We will all of the tracks that are going to be on the film are all going to be available on a CD. We'll get physical CDs out and all that other good stuff. And we're going to try and get as much new music as well. Whether we get new music in the movie or not, Jared and I are going to be working on some new songs together and apart, I'm sure. And we're going to try and get some much. Elna says. Elna says it's okay. I can go back to the party now. All the technical difficulties, I'm assuming. Yeah, so I think we got lots of good stuff to come. And I did actually want to mention. Now, Jared, you and I we've been working with the Invisible Man show. You've been a guest several times on. And I knew he lived in Winnipeg and not far from me. But what was kind of funny was when I, once we'd agreed to do this, like, well, come over, we'll jam for a bit and we'll play some tunes. And so he came over and I gave him my address. I said, here's my address. And he goes, are you kidding me? It turns out that Jared lives about 3 blocks away from me on the same damn road. So we're pretty much... So it's kind of funny.
Well, you're separated by a park, I think, right?
Yeah.
Like the park's in between you guys, and that's about it.
Yeah, so it's in many respects it's a different neighborhood, but we could probably step out the front door now and just wave and see you down the road, right?
I'm still up in the north part of Winnipeg, though. So.
Well, yes, but at least you left Elmwood.
Yes, that's true.
I think Elmwood was one of the gunshot capitals of the world, I think, or of the city, I should say. Yeah, like
at one point it was when I was there. Second house was that was it was a lot better, but I actually live right on like Union Avenue West, like right behind the Calvin Community Center, and like there was some sketchy.
Yeah, so it was on it was just a little further. Well, a little further west on Talbot, where there were lots of shootings down there for a while, which is not that far from where you are. Oh, actually, no, it was around that area. Actually, it was around that area.
Watt had a.
Anyhow,
Calvin Community Center, you didn't go there. When the sun went down, you just like stay away from there because there's people doing some weird stuff that they're like, yeah.
Okay. There you go. Just looking at the chat there, Shalene has something about a paperback novel, the kind the drugstore sell. I'm not sure. I missed something. Probably to do with what we're talking about, but I missed that.
It's what's it? Who was the one that did that?
Well,
that cover. Someone did the cover for that, but that was an original. I can't think of the name now.
The original's like Gordon Lightfoot, right?
That song. Yeah, it's like a paperback novel. The kind the bookstore sell. Yeah, that's right. Because it's Gordon Lightfoot covers. Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
There we go.
If you could read my mind. Right. I'm having trouble kind of keeping up with the conversation on your end, guys. It is breaking apart quite badly. Now, Jared, I don't think if we let you sing, you're welcome to, but it's probably going to sound like crap with all this crackling and this breaking. So, and I think probably now is a good time to end the show, but I think I will play one of the songs I had planned. And we'll just sorry about the cutting it short, everyone, but I think it'll probably be a little easier now. Do we want a hard-hitting song about current events or something a little more heartfelt? What do you reckon? And that's I
am fine with any of them, really.
Going on.
Of course, it's all stuff that we've done, right? So.
No. These are 2 new songs, 2 brand new ones.
Oh, these are 2 brand new songs.
Okay, all right. Current events says Shilling. We'll do the current events one. It's not really current events, but it's very topical, I should say, not current eventsy. All right, so I'm going to play this song. I should probably. So I'm just going to switch over to me. I'll do the one song, and then we'll just say our goodbyes after that. So here we go, and it's a new song, so I need to get my lyrics on the screen. Here we go. They keep moving around. Okay. Right, so I've got microphone. Wait, microphones are on. Now, because we won't be doing the live shows, we did have Gavin George, who was coming on to. We were going to introduce some new songs that we had written. Obviously, we're not going to be able to do that now because we won't be live. I'm getting tied up here in my guitar strap. And we're not going to be able to do that, obviously. But this is one of the songs that Gavin and I wrote recently. And this was actually, he actually had a little bit on the piano, a little jazzy bit on the piano. And and he wrote the lyrics for about a third of this, and then I wrote the chorus, the melody for the chorus, and I finished off the lyrics. But it's really about the confusion and the chaos of really how people communicate now. Things are going to crap, and people don't talk to each other. Everybody blames everybody else, and really everything's going to pieces. And it's called Beneath the Fiery Sky. So be patient with me. I haven't learned this one that well. So here we go. Right. Anytime I want to know the truth, I look to the writing on the wall, telling tales of what has begun, spray cans telling facts that others hide beneath the big divides, depicting greater battles to come, when assumption and certainty collide. Beneath the fiery sky, a fable tale becomes what's true, and truth becomes whatever you want it to. When I want to understand, I look between the lines, because words don't mean a thing. Sweet are the sounds of the polite, in a tone that sounds just right. Progressive words with regressive intent. When desperation and fear collide, beneath the fiery sky, defending the man in charge when he's never even once thought of you. When smoke rises into the sky, it stings you, close your eyes and never open them again. When war is declared, we must fight for our lives. The declaration never comes. When faith and anger collide, beneath the fiery sky, blame the stranger over there when he's never even once looked at you. Anytime I want to know the truth, I look to the writing on the wall, telling tales of what has begun, wondering what have we become. Here we go. Bringing everybody back. Well, thanks so much.
Yay.
Here we go. Just sing, Mark. I don't mind you going. Just go with instinct, says Alna. So thank you much. Winnipeg. I'm reading his user ID. Shaleem says, "How this song? Wow, this song sounds so different from the earlier Mark solo stuff. Great progressive process. With the lyrics, you must record this." Eleanor says, "Very nice, well done. Clap, good song." Gavin and Mark, yeah. So it was. Gavin had this little riff on the piano. He's learning to play piano as well. So I had to struggle to figure out what chords he was playing. And his voice was gone, so he wasn't really holding the tune very well. But I think I captured what he was after. And that's the wonder of working with someone else. You can just come up with, just sometimes, for me anyway, it's just a little idea, just a little thought, a little spark, just gets me rolling, and then I can do all kinds of good stuff. Sometimes I think, Jared, I think you've said something to that degree in private, at least. You just need that little bit of a kick, just that little direction. And then the juices just flow. So I am looking forward actually to working a lot with Jared musically as well. And I think that the both of us are going to really grow musically together while we're working on these projects. Yeah, there you go. No more comments that I can see. I think that just to talk on that song, there was something that I thought was it's been weighing on my mind for the topic of the song. Was how everyone's worried about Trump just turned everyone a little bit crazy, and now everybody's got to be overly polite to each other. Be nice. You can't be angry. You can't be snarky. You can't be annoyed or upset. But the trouble is that the only people in history, and this, or the line progressive words with the regressive intent, is the line in there, is that the only people who are ever nice to you all the time, the only people that are ever giving you compliments and making you feel good, are con men. Okay, there we go. All right, I think that's rather key. If we can't express our emotions openly, then we're not communicating. We're just lying to each other. Anyhow, that was that line. I just wanted to put that up.
Yeah, and you have to ask yourself, if you can't disagree with somebody, what, and like do it in a way that is respectful. Mark and I see eye to eye on most things, but don't always see eye to eye on everything, whether that's musically, or politically, or whatever. But we're still able to just no problem. And just move on like normal people. And I don't have to, make him feel any more than I see. He's got my respect. He's my friend. Of course. So like, why would I have to feel like I need to be polite?
Yes, and anybody that calls you brother or cousin or every sentence, don't trust them. Hey friend, hey brother, cousin, come on, I got something good for you. So we've got some.
I say that to my actual cousins, right? As a joke. Hey cuz, shut up, bro.
Well, there's a reason, right? I don't think it's in common usage, but the term to cousin someone is to con them, because they would always call you cousin, which just meant close family member.
Interesting.
Yes. Okay, here we go. So I'm assuming to my comment about the people who are only ever nice to you. I think this is what Chris means. Haha, and parents. Really? Well, you're about the same age as me, Chris, and in the 70s, growing up, the parents didn't have to be nice to you in the 70s, right? Yeah. In fact, they didn't have to. They were allowed to put their hands on you rather quickly. At one point, and so I don't know. We may have an easier.
I'm a child into like grade school, but I certainly got the belt across the hind end. My mom had a wooden spoon. It was like she got it from a paint store. It was like a stir stick, but it had their like advertising stuff, so it had a magnet on it, so she could have it on the fridge. Like right there, she's like, "I will get the stick." It's like, okay, Mom.
Okay, there's a couple of comments here. Yeah, so Schleem says, expressing emotions honestly, yes, but there is a risk. I honestly, if you're you're being you can be angry and non-violence. But pretending that everything is well and being calm of voice and everything, that takes away any urgency from anything you want to say. If you can't speak urgently, and sometimes that's loudly, then you're not going to be expressing your emotions at all. I mean, literally, you're suppressing your emotions, and everything's going to be even, and then nothing will be emphasized. So I don't know if there really is a risk. I think there's a risk in not being honest with our emotions. Surely, having them under control. But if we hide our emotions, then we're just going to be a bunch of Englishmen. That all we can do is laugh and be angry, and no other emotions are allowed. And I still struggle with the in-betweens on that one. I grew up in England, so it's really difficult for me to handle some of the intermediate stuff. Although I'm getting better since I've been a Canadian. Chris says, mentions on this topic, civil intercourse. I'm sure there was a little titter when he said that. So thanks, Chris. And Eleanor says, I'm nice, but I'm not a con man. No, not all people who are nice are con men, but all con men are nice to you. Right, that's the difference, right? and con men are always nice to you. Always. So it's not who you are, it's what the other people is. If you know what I mean. I think I got my pronouns mixed up there. But do you beat your children, says Chris? Oh, God, I wish. No. No, actually, a little story as years and years ago, before I had kids, I got angry at one of my dogs and gave him a good hiding, because that's how I was brought up, and I could see the negative response it had to him, and I felt awful. I still feel awful. I felt awful for decades now, and from that point, I was very, very conscious about ever giving kids a slap. Not that they got off scot-free by any means, but so it was one of those. I'm glad I made the mistake on a dog and not on my kids, but the dog did still love me, and I loved him even more afterwards. Anyhow, a little inside my personality there. Sorry, everyone. I'm just reading through the comments here. Winnipeg. I'm reading again. Shalim says, if I was Eleanor's child, she wouldn't beat me. Let's see. I don't people, I kick and poison them. Thanks, Eleanor. That's good. So don't let Eleanor serve the drinks at the next party. There we go. There's a couple of comments I kind of like these actually. Chris says I vent a lot, maybe too much. Shaleem says just be yourself, Chris. Be genuine, and I think that's the whole point. Let's be genuine and communicate honestly, and be honest with ourselves as well as other people. Anyway, that's kind of I think the root of the problems that we were outlining in that song. Well, I don't see any more anything else in the chat. I think I covered everything I was kind of planning on covering in the show regarding the movie. I don't know if there's anything else you guys could think of there. Nope.
I think that's it.
There might be an odd bad celebrity impersonation there.
Yeah, so once we figured out, Shaleem's mentioned a couple of times about actors. Jared is involved in other projects, so I think he may have mentioned something online about actors or looking for people to. I didn't notice it, but I think Shaleem mentioned that Jared in the chats. But are you looking for actors for a project? No.
Yeah, that was a shot of music video a few weeks ago, and that was for this.
Yeah, there we go. So that wasn't to do with this project, but he's involved in a lot of audiovisual stuff. So once we know what we're going to do with the movie, exactly where it's going to go, we will put a call out. We'll figure out who we're going to play the other roles, whatever those may be, and who knows, we may even put a call out for some extras if any of you out there would like to be involved. I've got some thoughts on previous guests of the Invisible Man show doing some cameos as well, but it really depends on their willingness and availability. So, as of I guess 2 weeks ago, whenever we decided to do this, Jared is actually an official Invisible Man now. So that whether Jared knew it or not, I don't know where we're going. With musically, we're still trying to feel each other out there metaphorically, in case anybody's got any dirty minds. How well we're going to work musically and all that, but I think there's a good chance that Jared and I are going to, or Jared, I, and Ryan will be on stage, whether at the same time, certainly in the same shows. We'll be doing lots of shows, I'm sure, over the next couple of next year or so. Again, we haven't made any plans, but that's going to happen, and I'm planning to write. We're planning to write lots of music. Shaleem asks, "Are you getting funding for the movie, Manitoba Film and Music?" Maybe, we'll see. Really depends on what our needs are. I don't think we're going to want for equipment, but we may. Well, publicity for sure. We'll need some help with. Shaleem says trying to feel each other out and a quick back pedal. Mark is still sharp. Thanks a lot. Yes, indeed. As soon as it came out, I was like, okay, someone out there, someone else is going to have to. Even though it was quite innocent comments, someone was going to say something.
I don't think anyone was offended here. I think we're okay.
So here we go. So I think that we're probably at where we did make it almost a full hour, so in the end. So hopefully the audio wasn't too distracting for you watching. Thank you very much for taking part in the chat. If you haven't already, subscribe to the Invisible Man Show YouTube channel. We are going to be putting out content. The Invisible Song Club is going to go forward in some form or another as well. So you'll get notified for that. You'll get notified for updates on what we're doing in our projects. Subscribe to the It's All in the Mind YouTube channel and, of course, Jared Adams' channel. And I can't remember if I put the links in the description for the YouTube channel, but I'm pretty sure you should be able to find all of those quite easily on YouTube anyway. If not, give me a shout, put a post on the It's All in the Mind show Facebook page, and we'll definitely put those out there if I don't remember to do it later. So, it's an exciting, fun show except for the technical difficulties, but it wouldn't be an Invisible Man show without those. So thank you, Jared, for coming on board and joining the team. Or are we joining your team?
Yeah.
Who's to say?
Whichever way it works, though. Yeah.
We're partners working together for a cause.
As another, right?
And
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
thanks, Ryan, for being there. I don't know. What did you do? And I don't know if you noticed.
Shut up, and I look good.
He's the pretty one. And if you, and Elna says she's subscribed to everything, even cheese with a B. So don't forget you can subscribe to that as well. Different content, movie-related content. But yes, there we go. Ryan actually does, surprisingly for a bass player, does a good job. Ryan, can you see on YouTube, on the Zoom, what I've got as my name? Can you read it out to everybody?
Yeah, it has my name on there.
Hey? Oh, did I not update it? Oh, that's right, we disconnected.
That
ruined it.
Before it said, I'm glad I'm not the bassman.
There we go. That's right, as we start Zoom.
But the ultimate revenge has come. It's like all the technical difficulties.
So, glad I'm not the bassman. Now, I don't know if when we're gonna go live again. Just subscribe to the various channels and the we're on Facebook. I'm not on as often as I could, I suppose. I'm not sure how busy you are, Jared, as a rule. But just look us on Facebook. Look us up on Facebook. Keep look at us. We will look out for us, rather, what we're up to. We will definitely be posting updates as we go. So thank you very much, everybody. It's been a fun ride so far, and hopefully the next stage in the story that is the Invisible Man show will be even more exciting and even more musical. So thank you very much once again, Jared and Ryan, for joining me, and thank you for your patience, and hopefully you've been entertained there in the audience. We will catch you sometime soon. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Well, thank God that's over. Now we can disappear. Not literally. Hey, your clothes ain't supposed to disappear as well. Are you still here? I hate it when he does that. I'm gonna put a bell on him or something.